here in Mulgrave. Inclusive in today's sale, all fixed recoveries, light fittings, window finishing, everything that's in the permanent nature as inspected. We sell under auction conditions today. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are the successful purchaser, two things we need from you at the conclusion of today's auction. One is your autograph on the contract sale, and then we need you to pay 10% equivalent of the purchase price as your deposit, of which the minimum transfer amount is $20,000 if you do choose the way of EFT as your preferred payment option. And the balance is to be paid next Monday, which is the 1st of August. Settlement is all the way up to 28th of October, which is around about a 90 days mark, of course, unless you made other arrangements with the marketing team before the commence of today's auction. The contract you'll be signing is unconditional. There is no cooling off period. Now, as your auctioneer, it's my duty and responsibility to ensure today's auction is conducted in accordance with the rules that's set out in the Sale Rate Regulations 2014 Schedule 1 or any additional conditions that's made available for inspection prior to today's auction. The rules previous to false bidding, major interruptions by bidders, a bidder trying to prevent others from bidding, and there are fines for these conducts. Bidders will be indicated upon request by me as the auctioneer. The rules permits vendor bids. The terms I will use to indicate I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor will be simply vendor bid. And by law, only I, as the auctioneer here today, can make a vendor bid. And lastly, buyers, if you want to be the one assigning one of these in the next 15 to 20 minutes time, please pay particular attention to the next two rules because they are crucial for your success here today. One, by law, as the auctioneer, I cannot accept any bids or offers that's made after a declared property sold. So before I knock it down to the successful purchase here today, I'll simply call it out 3 times, like so. First call, second call, third and final call, and once the property has been knocked down, I can't take any more bids. And lastly, the owner has a reserve price. In the event, if we fall short of that reserve, by law, only the last bidder will have that first opportunity to buy this property at the owner's reserve. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to Unit 1 and Number 2 Kambara Drive here in Mulgrave. What are we offering you here today? Let's say it doesn't matter if you're a first home buyer, try to get into this postcode. They're taking advantage of both the lifestyle it offers, the amenity it offers, the location it offers, and also not compromising on something that's already 60, 70 years old. Look no further. If you are one of the downsizers looking for something that's low maintenance lifestyle, but also you don't want to compromise on the location, on the amenities and the lifestyle, look no further. Investors, same thing. Taking advantage of that interest rate, which is still low. This is probably the best 3-bedroom unit you are able to find in today's market. And the reason you are here at 2:05 in a sunny Saturday afternoon, because you agree with what I just said. The stock level is very, very low. If you go on realestate.com, it's simply only 1.5 pages. So if you have your pre-approval, if you have you're financially secure, this is the best you can get. The property itself, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, with a single car garage. Also, you're able to park another car just right in the front. And simply, there's nothing needs to be done. You can just move straight in. Master bedroom is walk-in and also ensuite. But buyers, you know that already. Like I said, you are here because you want to be the purchaser. You want to sign a contract sale. Only one thing. Unfortunately, only one buyer is able to do that here today. Who's going to do that? It's time to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, Unit 1 and 2 Kambara Drive here in Mulgrave. In your hands. Who would like to start today's bidding? Where do we go, guys? The indicating selling range starts from 850. 750 is the call. Welcome there. That's $750,000, $750,000 in your hands at 750. That's $750,000 $750,000, I'll call it $20,000 rising this point. At $750 across the road, bits with you. At $750,000, who's going to take me to $770? At $750 is the call. At $750,000, you're holding the key. At $750,000, they are holding the key, and the rest of you are just holding a brochure. At $750, where do we go? Call it $770 anywhere. At $750,000, are we all done? All finished, all silent here. At $750,000. At this level, there should be a sea of hands, ladies and gentlemen. Where do we go? At $750,000. At $750, they know the value. Where do we go now? At $750,000. Let's count it once now. At $750,000 with the opening bidder. Second call at $750,000. I know there are interests over there across the road to my right as well at $750, 20 or 10 QE at $750,000. 3 times I'm calling at $750,000. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm making the next move for you to band to a bid of $770 against you now at $770,000. Bids over here at $770. Attempt you back in, call it $790. At $770, I've gone at $770,000. $790, can I call it? $770 is the bid now. $90. I heard 80, call it 90.
Oh, we like 80.
Well, how about 800 then? How about 800? We all love the A's. It starts
No, 800 got the euro at the end, no.
They call it 808. We all love the A's. 90, can I call it?
790, that's it.
790, welcome back at 790. At $790,000, another 20 will put you back to the driver's seat. At $790,000, are we all done, finished? It's silent now. First call at $790,000. The opening bidder holds the key. At $790,000, are we all done? At $790,000, all finished. All silent. At $790,000, you're holding the key. At $790, I've called it 3 times. First call at $790,000 with you then at $790. Are we done? Second call at $790,000. The opening bidder hold the key to now at $790,000. All done, all finished, all silent here for the third and final opportunity at $790,000. Still below the indicating selling range, ladies and gentlemen, at $790. Great value here at $790,000. Now, sir, ma'am, I'll take you off to the owner, seek more instructions, we'll take two.
All yours.
All right, just confirm, sir. Across the road, $795 is your final offer. That's $795,000, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been to my auctions before, you know what this means. Which means we are on the market and selling at $795,000 across the road. If you've been holding back, it's the time to show your interest, because once the gavel hits the contract, the property will be gone. That's $795,000 across the road, quarter 3 times, and 3 times only. First goal. That's $795,000 all done. That's $795,000. Second call. All finished and silent. For the third and final opportunity at $795,000. All done, all finished, all silent at $795,000. Looks like we have a new bidder. No? You got me excited, sir. That's $795,000. All done, all finished, all silent. Now we are selling. Selling. And ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the new owner. It is sold. Congratulations, well bought. Commiserations to the owner bidders. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for attending another successful Ray White auction. Have a good afternoon.